Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. This is Road to 500 Mil from Slayer episode 9. So yeah, I haven't uploaded an episode of this in a long time. It's actually been almost 2 weeks, and that's partly because of school, and also I haven't been slaying that much, so yeah, that's just how it works. But I should be going back to the once a week or so schedule, hopefully in the next coming weeks or so. But either way, let's go straight into this episode because it does take a long time to get through these things, as you guys know. Let's start it. So the first task of the episode, task number 121, I got 66 Iron Dragons, and that's a pretty good task because that's like, only 15 minutes, and the Slayer experience isn't that bad. And I just like that task because it's pretty short, and, it's a little break from those long tasks like Celestial Dragons or Iruts, that kind of stuff. Yeah, pretty enjoyable task. After that, I got 149 Avian Seas, so that is a little different than normal. I haven't had that in a long time. I think I got that last episode, but like overall, I don't really get that task like too often, I'd say. But for sure, it's not that bad of a task. I mean, 20 minutes, but the experience is pretty bad. The money isn't that horrible either, though, because the Addy bars and stuff. So I don't really mind it that much. But it's, I'd rather have other tasks. It's just one of those things. And then the third task of the episode, I got Mythal Dragons, which again is a really short task. So it wasn't too bad. I mean, at this point, I'm like feeling this episode is going to be pretty fast because of all the really short tasks I've been getting. But that did change on task number 4, Celestial Dragons, and I didn't really say anything for the Mithrils because they're, straightforward. But Celestials, it's a pretty good Slayer experience. It's one of the best in the, the tasks that I do get. But one thing did happen this task, and I'm not really certainly proud of it, but I did die twice, and that's because I was AFKing really hard, and I wasn't paying attention 2 times throughout the task. I actually wasn't even paying any attention the entire task, but for sure, I did die twice, so that kind of sucks. I do have to add 2 deaths to the counter, which is kind of sad, because, it's Slayer, I shouldn't die, but it was just from recklessness, and I just wasn't paying attention. And then on task number 5, I did get Grot Worms, and that isn't too bad of a task. I haven't had that in a few episodes, so I just went there, knocked that out. And the rune items and the Addy bars, the Addy items, do kind of add up. So overall, good task. So number 6 of the episode, I got Gargoyles, which I do really enjoy that task because it's relaxing, and the money obviously is just not there. You don't get any money whatsoever, but the experience isn't that bad. I mean, it's like 128k per hour, which is up there in the top tasks for my series. Obviously, you could probably get more if you like really hardcored it, but I don't really hardcore all that much. After that, I got Tormented Demons, which I don't really like that much because it's a lot of work, and I don't like normally get lucky there. I never really have, but it was okay. I mean, it was only 35 minutes or so. And the experience per hour isn't that amazing. Like, it would be a lot more if I actually was good at it. I just am not that great at Tormented Demons, but hopefully throughout the series I can get more of this task and get better. But for now, I'm just I would just rather have Glaciors. It's a lot better experience and certainly a lot more money. And then I got Blue Dragons, which I don't really mind. Most of you guys are probably thinking like, oh, that's a pretty bad experience, bad money, that kind of thing. But to me, the money isn't that bad. The experience I really don't care for in this kind of task. But I'm also working on a loot video on them too, so it's a double whammy. I get a task done fairly quickly, 35 minutes or so. And, it works for a loot video as well. And then after that, I got my favorite task. I got 138 Irut, or Irut. It really doesn't matter. I know you guys always complain or argue in the comments how it's pronounced. I just pronounce it my way, I guess. Irut, Irut, it doesn't really matter. It's still the same monster. Either way, nothing really happened this task, sadly. I mean, I get nothing. I mean, I haven't gotten any Razorbacks, and I've killed well over 1,000 now by the end of this episode, so yeah, it would be nice if I could get some Razorbacks, but my luck is just not there in that task. And then for 130, I got a unique task that I haven't had in the series yet. I got Fire Giants, which a lot of people told me to skip, but I just tried it out and I don't really mind them. Obviously the money is terrible. The experience is okay. I mean, it's not anything to brag about, but I am gonna be working on a small loot video of them. I know that the loot is, pretty bad, but I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to see the experience and the charm rates and stuff like that. So I'm still going to work on that, and it's a little break from other tasks because, it was new, so it was more enjoyable than anything else at that point. But after that, I got Gargoyles, which isn't too bad either. That's the second one of this episode, and actually something happened in this task that I haven't had in the entire series so far. I finally got an effigy drop, and it took roughly 6 million Slayer experience to get an effigy. Like I've been really hoping to get one for a long time, and I finally got one, so I can stop complaining about that. So that was the highlight of this episode, to be honest. But after that, I got Water Fiends, which is really good Slayer experience, honestly. And I don't particularly like this task at all because it does take a long time. Like, I mean, it's the same amount as Blue Dragons, and I did say that was shorter, but the thing about Water Fiends, it just feels so much longer because it's just endless killing, and obviously all Slayer's endless killing, but it's just different. I don't know, I don't really enjoy it. But either way, after that I got Skeletal Wyverns, which I don't really mind. I mean, they do damage a lot, but I mean, obviously it's a little different from every other task. And the money isn't, you know, horrible, but, you know, it kind of adds up. So I finished that pretty quickly, 20 minutes, and then after that I got a really fast task. I got Griffalaroos, 10 minutes, just knocked that out, and then I went to the final task of the episode. I finished off with Gargoyles, which that means I had 3 this episode, and that does mean I think I am 1 task away from a loot video. It's either 1 or 2 tasks away from a loot video of Gargoyles. I know, again, the loot's pretty bad, but it'll be more interesting than anything. So yeah, that concludes episode 9 of the tasks. Overall, I don't really think it was that great of an episode in terms of, like, you know, things that happened. Other than the 2 deaths and the effigy, nothing special happened in this episode. But let's still go to the stats and the drops pages. I'll meet you guys there. So first up, here are the stats of the series, and as you can see, I'm nearly 4,000 points. I did skip 2 tasks this episode, and I did die twice, so that's where the numbers came from. And other than that, I do have 21 ferocious rings. I mean, that means I only added 1, I think, this episode. I think it was from the Irate task, if I remember correctly. And then as for the combat experience, I am nearly 6 million strength. Should hit that next episode, and probably over 5 million of each of them next episode as well. But overall, magic is coming back. It used to be the lowest, but it is now higher than range. I think it was like that last episode, but, you know, it's going to be higher than strength pretty soon. As for time taken, I'm at 67 hours, and I have 6.46 mil Slayer. So I'm getting really close to the 100k Slay per hour mark, and hopefully I can reach that, you know, maybe in the next few episodes. Because of the new Slayer Master, I should be getting more experience per hour. Now for the drops, nothing really changed other than the charms. I'm over 2,000 golds and nearly 2,000 greens too. So yeah, everything's great, and as you can see, I did add 1 effigy. So as for the drops, that's really all that changed. The key halves didn't change that much. I think I got 3 tooths this episode, so that's you know, that's all I got, and that pretty much is all the drops that I got this episode. Let's go into the price check now and see how much my tab is. So here's my tab, and it's just gonna be a snapshot. Not really anything happening in this tab, to be honest. A few of the things are kind of inaccurate. But, you know, I did price check it accurately. It's just the things I'm showing you is kind of inaccurate because some of the items are from my other tabs. Some of the Slayer items that I do have are in other tabs, like some are in my farming tab and stuff like that. So not everything is extremely accurate, but in terms of the price check that I have every episode, it is 100% accurate for sure, or 99.9. I can't really say 100%. But if you remember correctly, last episode I had 109 mil. And this episode I finished off with 129, so that does mean I increased 20 mil this episode, which is partly because of the spike in prices of basically everything because of the Double XP weekend announcement. So obviously everything's gonna go down eventually, and after the Double XP weekend, everything will you know, crash. So eventually I'll lose this extra money. So it's not like I gained a crap ton of money this episode. I actually gained a very low amount. I didn't really have that many profit tasks, but it's still kind of cool to see my tab roughly 130 mil, and maybe next episode I can hit 150. It really depends on what I get. But yeah, guys, that concludes episode 9. Hopefully episode 10 will be awesome because it is a, you know, 10th episode. Hopefully I get a lot of good items in there, but we'll just have to see in the next week or so. But before I go, a few things just popped in my mind that I do want to say as like more of a disclaimer for the next episode and stuff like that. I will be changing masters to the Morvran guy, which is in the Elf City. So he has better tasks than Cyrodiil. Like, it's more per task, and I also have to do 8 Dark Beast tasks for my comp, so you will expect a lot more Dark Beast tasks. Like, I will definitely try to get those more than the other ones. Like if I get one, I will, you know, just suck it up and do them. Also, the Rush of Blood D&D, I will not be doing that for this series at all. You know, there really isn't money to be made there anyways, but it's completely separate from the series if you were just wondering. But the Slayer VIP tickets that I could get there, theoretically, I will probably use them for this series. Really depends on if I get a few. If I do get them, I will be using them, but I won't be really talking about them. You'll just have to know that it's kind of implied that I will be using them every now and then if I do have them. But yeah, thanks for just listening to that little disclaimer. We can end this episode. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video overall. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.